I see it all the time, old phones, computers, tablets, etc. that are no longer wanted but hang around because they've got photos on them that you want, or they might have, or because you're afraid that they might have sensitive data on them. The trouble is you've lost the charger or the password, so you no longer know how to get into the device to access that data or even check if there is any. Meet Sue, who's got exactly this problem.
This is a box of tech, so this is one of those half-finished jobs when I identified all my old tech, like old phones and... oh, there's a moth just flew out of that, so there you go. Old Blackberries, look, Blackberries, and there's even an old laptop in here and stuff. And it's like, I don't want to just chuck it. What do you do with old tech? You can't just chuck it. And these phones have got personal info on them, and yet I can't remember the passwords anymore. So what do you do with them? I don't know.
Let's start with what you should do before giving away, selling or recycling your device if you can get into it. First, remove any removable storage. On your computer, check if it's got a DVD drive with a DVD or CD in it, a card reader with something attached, or a floppy drive with a disk in it. And check all the USB ports in case you've got a storage device you've forgotten about attached to one. Your phone or tablet might have a tiny removable micro SD memory card for storing photos and other data. Take it out. Ask the internet how to do it for your specific device if you don't know how. Remove the SIM card too. As well as your phone number, it might have at least some of your contacts on it. Take the memory card out of digital cameras and media players. Second, connect the device to your computer using USB to check whether there's any data on its internal storage and get all the data you want off the device. This includes license keys for any paid-for software that you're going to reinstall on a new computer. Some places to look for these include the About section of the program's menu with the installation disk, or in an email you received confirming your purchase of the software. Steps 3 and 4 are about ensuring that none of your personal data is left on the device, so there's no danger of your data falling into the wrong hands. Whether you're finding a new home for your computer or sending it to recycling, you need to ensure it's free of your personal data. Even if you're passing the device on to someone you trust, you can't be sure where it'll end up in the future, so you must remove all your data from it. Sadly, this isn't as simple as deleting the relevant files. All that does is stop the device knowing where to find the data. Data recovery software can still get to it. There are 2 steps to wiping your device clean: data shredding or encrypting, and doing a factory reset. In theory, a factory reset removes everything except what was on the machine when it was new. But in practice, even this isn't reliable, so you need to go through the data shredding or encryption step first. You can download free software from the internet which will shred all the data on your computer. Read some online reviews first so that you feel confident you're downloading a useful program and not malware. And when you install it, make sure you uncheck any boxes that install additional stuff at the same time or change unnecessary settings on your computer, like your home page or your default search engine. And be aware that the data shredding process can take a long time, possibly several days, so don't leave this task to the last minute. For a phone or tablet, ask Google how to encrypt the data on your model and follow the instructions. Then you need to reset the device to its factory settings. How you do a factory reset varies according to the device or the operating system installed on your computer, for example, which version of Windows. So Google how to factory reset a Samsung Galaxy S8 or how to reset a computer with Windows 10 or whatever, and follow the instructions. Alternatively, if you're sending your computer for recycling, simply take it apart, locate the hard drive, use Google Images if you're not sure which bit it is, and remove it. You could keep it for use in a new device or convert it into a standalone external USB hard drive, but if you don't need it, simply take a hammer to it. Very satisfying. In fact, this is the only way to be 100% sure that none of your data is accessible. But data erasing and doing a factory reset should be secure enough for most people. But what if you can't get into the device anymore? If you've forgotten the password, there may well still be a way to get in and erase your data. So again, head to Google and ask how to access your specific device or operating system if you've forgotten the password. If there's no way in, you've got 2 options. Either take the device to a professional data recovery service or simply take it apart and smash up the hard drive. If the problem is that you haven't got a charger or don't know where the charger is, ask around. Have any of your local social media contacts got a charger that would fit the device? Or if you simply can't borrow one, go online and buy a replacement. It's annoying, but they're not expensive and it'll be worth it to get rid of that old tech. Here's Sue again.
And then there's some old DVDs that I want to get these transferred to digital. They're DVDs of me as a child and that sort of business, so they're quite precious. Some stuff on Cine hanging around that needs to be digitised.
If you've got data on outdated media like a camcorder or VHS videos, you can buy equipment to digitise them or use a specialist company to do it for you. Don't leave your home movies sitting around forever thinking you'll get around to digitising them one day. The longer you leave it, the greater the risk your data will deteriorate and not be recoverable. Besides, wouldn't you love to watch them? Get it done. Finally, if all this sounds too technical for you, you might have to bite the bullet and pay a professional to wipe your device clean for you. While we're talking about protecting your data, let's also have a brief look at how to keep the data on your current devices secure in the next lecture.